Hey y'all. Coming through with a little message. I've been getting some downloads lately, going through some big changes in my life. So yeah, I've just been getting some insights, some downloads, and I'm ready to share that with you. We only know what we are exposed to. We only know what we are exposed to. If somebody is, living in a box, they raised in the box, all they know is the box. That's what happens, right? We evolve based on the knowledge that we download, the information that we download around us. And when I say y'all, I'm speaking for myself too, because a lot of this comes from my own life experience and just where I'm at in my healing process. I think sometimes, especially in America, right, we got this cancel culture. And boy, I could talk about that. For one, America is a very narcissistic society, right? We are very narcissistic. Our families typically are narcissistic. So a lot of the younger generations come from narcissistic abuse, and they have not healed that. The only reason why people get offended by what others say is because they're taking it as a reflection of themselves. When you are healed, when you're healing, you don't necessarily take in the same things that you used to. Like, for instance, I was thinking about this, y'all. I'm going to explain. When we go downtown, there's a big gathering and stuff. There's always that one group, that religious group that be coming through with anti-abortion stuff and pictures of, had baby doll arm ripped up and stuff, we're taking it way too far, right? But hella people get offended by it. And instead of enjoying the festivities, they find their way to that group, trying to argue, understand them, and no, you're not going to change their belief. They are so extreme that they went down to a festival of thousands of people to share their belief. Nothing you say is going to change what they believe in. But that's the problem, is a lot of people think that we all have to be on the same side to get along. And we don't. We don't have to have the same beliefs to get along. We don't have to get along. We don't have to fight. Because here's the thing, y'all. Whatever you give your energy to amplifies. We all have an energy source, our chai. However you use your energy is up to you. Most of us ain't running at 100%, okay? So say you got about 67% energy. You giving 35% of that to somebody that don't care what you believe, don't care how you feel about it. Still gonna be the same regardless, but then you're gonna try to argue with them and put your energy into that, which really fuels them to put that energy back into what they were just creating. Y'all, we only know what we're exposed to. We don't come out the womb perfect, right? I mean, people will say we come out the womb perfect, but I say we got a clean slate right there, right? I mean, I guess you could say that's perfect, but we not perfect. Nothing about a human being is perfect. Whatever we read, that's what we take in. Whatever our parents say, that's what we take in. Family members say, that's what we take in. And what our friends say, that's what we take in. That's why you have to be mindful of the people that you have surrounding your life, especially if you're trying to create a version of yourself. And I say create a version of yourself because we create who we are. And I just spit. Oof. Child. We create ourselves. We create ourselves. You know, people, we get so stuck in just trying to be comfortable. Let's be real. Most folks have low-ass self-esteem. Myself included. I'm working on my self-esteem. But most folks have low self-esteem. And that's why we get so offended by what other people have to say. Let's be real, man. Older generations and younger generations, there is a big split. We don't understand one another. We don't know what the hell they're talking about. The language back then was very different from the language that it is now. And yet we spend so much energy blaming everybody for our situation when it begins with you. It begins with you. You create your life. You put the energy into whatever you want. A problem is going to seem like a big problem if that's what you're giving your energy into. We all have a different purpose. We all have a different purpose. We're all a part of this, whatever you want to call it. You know, some people call it a machine. Some people say the universe. We're all a part of it. Regardless, we don't have to see eye to eye in order to move forward. Now, that being said, you know, if somebody real pushing their belief onto you like that, like say, you know, these people come up to the festival, they plant their spot right in the beginning, right in the middle of the festival, can't have that, right? You have to set boundaries with people. Like, yo, it's okay if you believe that shit, but don't put your hands on nobody. Don't hurt nobody. How about you take 50 feet away from me? How about I take myself out of this situation? Because we're taught so much that we really don't have that much power, right? Like, a lot of us come from oppression. This system is oppressing. And how do we get out of that? By what, man? Writing some signs and hanging them up? We know that it's fucked up. We know it's fucked up. But it begins with you. It begins with you. This is your life. So say, you know, like, say, you know, I'm just going to pull this one out the head. Say you vegan. And you think it's wrong that people are eating meat. Listen, yo. Eat your veggies and keep it stepping. It don't matter if Jose eating his beef. Let Jose eat his beef. That ain't your problem. It is not our job to save the world. It ain't our job to save the world. Our job is to take care of ourselves. Take care of our families. Take care of our communities. But it starts with us, ourselves. You can't take care of nobody, nothing, unless if you taking care of yourself. Period. Period. You cannot give from an empty cup. Otherwise, you're not giving from the right place. And like I said, you know, this applies to me too. Okay? That's the only reason why I'm speaking on this. Because it also applies to me. Okay? I'm not attacking you. I'm not attacking you. I'm just trying to, you know, help you see something. Help you see a little thing here. When you're walking around life and you see something you don't agree with, the best way to make a change with that is by changing yourself. Is by putting those changes, applying those changes to yourself. Why are you sitting around talking and arguing about it? If you want to see better, do better for yourself. And you don't have to blame everybody. People only know what they are exposed to. As you grow and evolve, you will be in situations that you don't quite know how to navigate. You will make mistakes. You will say things that you don't quite mean. You're doing your best. Everyone is doing their best. Even if their best is shit. Hey man, if you ain't ever been as low as somebody is, you really can't speak on somebody else's choices. Unless if you had walked in their shoes, you cannot speak on their choices. You don't have to accept everything. You need to have healthy boundaries in your life. But it begins with you. It begins with you. If you want to see less pollution in the world, unplug yourself. Unplug yourself. Have people you love see how much joy it brings you to be self-sustainable, to be eating healthy. You don't have to change people. You don't. In fact, you might learn the most from having conversations with people that you completely disagree with. But everybody wants everybody to be on the same page. We don't have to be on the same page. We don't. And a lot of times, people who have these extreme ass beliefs and stuff, that is rooted in hate and stuff, hate and fear go hand in hand. Now I'm going to tell you what, if you have a fearful individual, I got PTSD, If it's somebody, say, I'm triggered. If somebody coming around shouting about, spewing off, it's causing me anxiety. Get away from me. But when somebody's in fear like that, you cannot just approach them, you're wrong. I'm going to attack you. Like, bro, if somebody's scared, sometimes you got to just let somebody be. Let them be. Let them awaken themselves. You can't just awaken people. You ain't God. You ain't God. You cannot awaken people. You can't. Oh, awaken. You can't. I have tried many times, but it's smothering. For one, it's smothering, and two, it make people question themselves. It make people be like, I don't know. Then they start looking to you for all the answers. Hey, you got the answer to this. Hey, you got the answer to this. I ain't got the answer to that. Well, you had the answer for it last time. Yo, we don't have to be the hero for everybody. That's a lot of weight. And you know what that come from? That come from being young, a child, in your childhood, and your family putting that on you. You had to be the mediator. You had to be the people pleaser. You want to cheer your mama up. You want to cheer your dad up. Everybody mad, pissed off and stuff. They not taking care of themselves. They letting them demons run loose. And you grow up and you're out of that situation. Now you're in society and now you're still looking for that. You don't need it, man. You don't got to make life so complex. Life don't have to be so complex. People got so much energy. And we can create such beautiful things if we just be ourselves, or just feel safe in ourselves. And that's part of the healing journey, right? Right? It begins with you. And sometimes we have to forgive ourselves, Like me, I'm very different than I was a year ago, 2 years ago, 5 years ago. Very different. And I have to forgive myself for the mistakes I made. Because you can't forgive others unless if you forgive yourself. I know this is jumping, this is a little all over the place. That's okay. Might have to watch it again, whatever. I'm just talking. This is just a little journal entry, right? But you know what? People be so quick to jump on somebody like, oh, what you said is wrong. Like, bro, it's up to you if you want to take that in or not. You don't have to take that information. Now, I don't think abuse is okay at all in any sort of type of way. But if you just, attending something, reading something, hearing something, like, bro, you don't have to take it in. That's not for you. Not all the information in the world is for you. Alright? We all have a computer system. Okay? Maybe he's a DVD guy. I'm a CD gal. And this motherfucker's Bluetooth. It's not, do y'all get what I'm saying? Do y'all understand what I'm saying? Like, just allow. A lot of that control, we feel like we have to control everything, control the narratives of things. It's because we have a narcissistic ass society that we need to heal from. And a lot of us come from traumas. Some people, their peoples didn't go through as much trauma. And we look at them and we say, oh, I want that for myself. I want that life for myself. I don't want to see trauma and tragedy. Okay. But it begins with you. It begins with you. You can look everywhere around, but it begins with you. As much energy you give me your 45% over there, 35% over there, why don't you give all that percent right here? It's okay to be alone. It's okay to be scared. It's okay. If you're walking alone, hey, that's what you gotta do. You raise your frequency that way. You see life much differently. You tap in internally. You don't have to keep looking to everybody for the answers. We all have the answers within ourselves. Grab a book and read it. Bro, we got a lazy ass society, man. Folks is lazy. They want everybody to tell them what to do. And that's fine, man. That's fine. But if you want better for yourself, this is what I'm saying. And if this folk over here, they don't want to change, they don't want to do nothing, that's okay. You don't have to change them, man. But you also don't have to take in all the information that they're spewing out. You have to set boundaries in your life. It's compassion, right? It's compassion to be able to accept another person's flaws. You messed up, I messed up. We're all gonna mess up. And that's okay. It's not the end of the world. In fact, it's a new beginning. Let it burn down. People be trying to keep things alive that's supposed to be dead. It's supposed to die 10 years ago. Why are you even giving it life, man? Let it die. Burn it. Let it move on so you can move on, so you can move forward. And I know that it's a process. It's a process even, where I'm at. It's like, we want justice. We want that love. We want, to feel special. But you special as you is. Justice can be taken into your own hands by moving forward and not allowing what happened to you to continue to hold you back in 1992. Hello, it's 2022. You got to move forward. Alright, y'all. That's my message. That is my message. You have a good rest of your week. Take care and good night.